Do you sometimes wonder why you are still alone, why you've been unsuccessful so far, and deep down you've already given up because it all seems pointless anyway? But what if I told you that you've been making mistakes in dating out of habit for years without even realizing it? You heard right, especially if you're an older man, because the older you get, the more you have the same routine in dating. A kind of routine creeps in and thus you unconsciously repeat the same mistakes. I want to point out 11 such mistakes to you, and if you agree with a few of the points, then please pinch yourself hard at that moment. Avoid these mistakes so you have a better chances. Forget pubs, discos and other dance events as dating spots. Yes, I know these are actually classic flirting hotspots, especially when you're younger. But are they really the right place to find your future girlfriend? If you're extroverted, like to show off and stand out from the crowd, you naturally attract attention in a disco. And this display behavior appeals to women. But you, as possibly an older man in a colorful costume on the dance floor, yeah, right. Plus, the music is so loud that you can barely hear your own words. How do you plan to have a deeper conversation with the lady of your heart there? Then there's alcohol. It may lighten the mood, but is that really the basis on which you want to build a relationship? And don't forget, if you're out with friends who, let's say, are there to lift the mood and make hitting on someone easier, if they're singing hits all the time and not leaving you and your new acquaintance alone, they aren't exactly making it easier for you to be taken seriously, are they? But you're actually here to find a partner from the Philippines, right? Then christianfilipina.com is the ideal platform for you. The Philippines is a country with a 90% Christian population, strong traditions and beliefs that make dating here unique. Since 2009, christianfilipina.com has successfully connected people seeking serious relationships. With special services like romance consultations and the second opinion offering, you receive support to ensure that your counterpart truly has serious intentions. You can find the link in the description. Give it a try and sign up at christianfilipina.com. Let me know how it goes, because I want to share success stories and even the less successful ones so that we can all learn from them. And now back to the nitty-gritty. I'm not saying you can't find the love of your life in discos or such places. Many of us were lucky when we were younger. But if you're older, it becomes more of a gamble, especially if you really want to get to know someone. So where should you look? Simply put, in environments where real relationships can develop. But which ones are those, you ask? Simple answer: anywhere you don't have to rely on love at first sight. So places where you regularly meet or see women, colleagues at work, friends at the sport club, the nice cashier at the supermarket, and so on. And now you come and tell me, but in my circle there is no woman I like. First of all, don't lie to yourself. You surely had your eye on a few pretty girls and are just too insecure to approach them. But even if what you say is true, then you need to expand your circle, embark on new adventures, make new friends. That's why you want to go to the Philippines or abroad, right? I mean, you're now 40, 50 or older. Do you think without breaking out of your small, rigid world, anything will change? And straight to tip number 2, no rush. Do you know what's absolutely unsexy? Neediness. If everyone can see that you basically "I need a girlfriend" written on your forehead, it won't attract any woman. On the contrary, it scares them off. So take it easy. If you meet someone, don't text every 5 minutes and don't constantly ask for a date. Give yourself and the other person time to really get to know each other. Honestly ask yourself, do you really want this particular woman as your girlfriend, or do you just want a girlfriend because you're alone and bored? Because you're looking for someone to make your life more entertaining, an entertainer, so to speak. Please do yourself a favor and don't get into a relationship out of pure neediness. Otherwise you'll cling too tightly instead of giving your partner room to live. I hope what I'm saying brings some clarity. I've learned that the best way to a good relationship is to first understand yourself properly and take things easy. Ultimately, there is no way around it. A relationship starts with yourself. And next, appearance plays a role. Let's not kid ourselves. I mean, if I saw you in front of me now, who would I see? A man who takes care of himself, smells good and wears neat clothes, or rather a guy who looks like he just rolled out of bed with a wardrobe organized by his mum? Basic hygiene like showering, brushing your teeth and cutting your nails should go without saying. Once that's done, we move on to clothes and hairstyle. Don't get me wrong, you don't have to look like a model, but a bit of style can't hurt. Are you still wearing those faded t-shirts from 10 years ago? Sorry, but that is reserved for married men and women and couples who have known each other long enough. If you need to catch up on clothing, don't be shy about taking someone shopping with you. You surely have a good friend or maybe a sister, a good colleague, or hey, if all else fails, just ask the sales assistant in the store for her opinion. Get a bit of advice, try something new and find your own style. And my tip, especially here in the Philippines, there are many saleswomen who will be more than happy to help you. Why is it called love at first sight? Because the first impression matters, of course. That means invest in yourself. You won't just feel better, but you'll also come across better to others. And believe me, it pays off. And for the next tip, let me quote famous German goalkeeper Oliver Kahn, balls, we need balls. By that I don't mean you should strut around like a pumped up rooster, but a bit of self-confidence never hurt anyone. Open your eyes when you walk down the streets. There are basically two types of people. Those who shuffle along with their heads down and hunched posture, and those who walk straight and proud, chest out, head up. I'll ask the group now, who makes the better impression? I'm not advising you to play the macho card, but a bit more self-confidence wouldn't hurt. So be proactive. I can confirm confidence opens doors. And no, that doesn't mean you should become a different person. It's about being the best version of yourself. Believe me, this doesn't just appeal to potential partners, but pays off in almost every aspect of life. And then, if you're looking for a girlfriend, then own it. Yes, you heard right. Don't make a secret of it. Tell your colleagues, your friends, your neighbors, the mailman, anyone who should know. Believe me, I know from my own past and from the many emails and messages I receive through my YouTube activity that there are many men who are looking for a girlfriend but don't want to admit it openly. They tell me they're searching for a girlfriend but don't want anyone to know because they are doing it through online dating, which has such a bad reputation. One rightly wonders why. Well, simply put, they are embarrassed, but still it's totally counterproductive and, in essence, often just an excuse to deny their own shyness. Your social circle can actually be a huge help. You don't know which women are in the circles of your friends and acquaintances, do you? So if you don't signal to your friends that you're looking, how are they supposed to know they can help you with a small introduction? Sure, there's no guarantee, but your chances definitely increase. And there's something else. When you own up to it, it also changes your own perception. Because our brain has a mechanism called the ascending reticular activating system. It sounds complicated, but it's not. Simply put, it means that if you focus on something, let's say yellow flowers, you suddenly start seeing yellow flowers everywhere. And the same thing happens when you focus on finding a partner. You'll become more open and attentive to potential partners. I'm 60 now, old enough to have understood that hiding from others doesn't help. Being open is really the first and most important step to improving something in your life. So own your desire and you'll see things will start to move. And hand on heart, how good are you really at flirting or interacting with women? Let's be honest, most, especially younger men, are rather clumsy. More on a level of beginner with two left hands. But hey, you are not alone and all that's missing is experience. And it took me also a long time to learn, and today I tell you directly, instead of going through the same lengthy process as I or many other men did, why not take a shortcut? No one is going to come and teach you how to handle women, but you think everyone expects you to magically become a ladies' man overnight. No, it doesn't work like that. But instead of reinventing the wheel, you can learn from the know-how of others, just like you're doing now. This way you'll have it easier and won't make the same mistakes I and many others made before. Half time through. Next tip, Stop making excuses. Do you often hear yourself thinking or saying, all the good women are already taken, I don't stand a chance anyway? Or, oh, it's not going to work out anyway, so why should I go out today? Do you want me to tell you the harsh truth? Stop fooling yourself. These constant excuses are just mechanisms to supposedly make you feel better when you don't do what you want and need to do. You push these excuses in front of you because you don't want to face the truth. And honestly, I did the same thing in the past. I told myself I was so independent and free, but deep down it was the fear of responsibility or rejection. But if you really want to make a difference in your life, it's high time to get rid of these negative excuses. Only you can influence your path and your life. You are the main character in the movie of your life. Excuses are nothing but sticks you throw between your own legs. And the sooner you start stopping that, the faster you will move forward. So finally, be yourself. If you still think you need to impress a woman by acting macho or cool, or by pretending to be someone you're not, just stop it. Why haven't you noticed that it hasn't helped so far? Yeah, your own excuses that something else was to blame. What did I just say about that earlier? But be honest, don't you also notice when someone is pretending around you and then you think your pretense isn't noticed by others? Something doesn't add up, does it? Pretending is not only exhausting, but it's also boring for your counterpart. So just be yourself and don't think you'll come across as boring because of it. You'll quickly notice how much others pretend to come across better and that you, the boring one, will suddenly become much more popular due to your honesty. So take off the mask and be yourself, and don't be afraid. Those who don't like you as you are don't belong in your life anyway. But those who accept you as you are, they are the true gems. And believe me, this authenticity magically attracts people. This way you'll not only find a girlfriend, but maybe even the right one. And for tip number 9, be ready to hurt and be hurt. This sounds drastic, and believe me, it is. But life isn't a pink, fluffy oasis. Yes, there are people who hurt others to humiliate them, called bullies. But that's not the behavior we are talking about here. Hopefully you notice that I'm speaking plainly here, and I've probably hurt you once or twice with it, right? But I don't walk away laughing. I extend my hand to help you learn from the harsh truths and come out stronger. That's what I mean when I say you must be ready to hurt someone else, because that's what care and friendship are about. And it deepens a relationship because your partner learns to trust you. The simple but crucial truth is you can't always make everyone happy, and not everyone will make you happy. Imagine you have someone you want as a girlfriend, but she tells you clearly that she doesn't want that. It hurts, no question. And it's the same the other way around when you realize she wasn't the right one and you have to announce the breakup. Painful, but that's life. So the sooner you understand that love and disappointment often go hand in hand, the better you will be able to deal with it. This, soberly considered, is simply part of the game. You can't always win, but you won't always lose either. And the more relaxed you are about it, the easier you can go through life. And again, you will notice your authenticity suddenly becomes magically attractive. And be yourself, be selfish. You often ask yourself, why do always get the best women? From experience, let me tell you, not because they are really but because they possess a healthy selfishness. These are people who can say no and do not put up with everything. Yes, for many this leads to macho behavior, especially when they are surrounded by too many yes-sayers who, out of their own shyness, prefer to bask in the light of a macho. But I tell you from my own long experience, whoever always does what others want will end up as Mr. Nice Guy. You surely know such people from your work environment. They are always the first to do a job, but they never get promoted. If you want to succeed in life and in love, you have to learn to say no. It's that simple. So make the first move. I also learned this late in life. No one will ever come and say, here is your new job, here is your new car, and here is your raise. No one will roll out the red carpet and present you with a dream woman. Life doesn't give out free tickets to happiness. Brutal reality. You have to earn everything in life yourself. If you don't make the first move, if you don't fight for your race, if you don't push ahead in line, you will always end up in the back. It's up to you to take the first step. Not only because, to be honest, it looks attractive, but also because most people, especially women, still expect the man to make the first move. Whether it's about approaching the woman of your dreams, joining a new club, or making new contacts in the business world, nothing ventured, nothing gained. So go ahead and dare. Not just in relation to the opposite sex, but in all aspects of life. It really is that simple. Take the first step and the rest will follow naturally. I've experienced this often enough in my own life. As mentioned, a first step could be using a dating service like christianfilipina.com. The link is below in the description. But generally speaking, when it comes to dating, you have to take the plunge. Otherwise, there will be no adventure and no happy ending. I wish you the best of luck and remember to let me know how things go for you.